And then you can even go one stage further and go with the fire spread. Look at, oh my god, he missed. Hey everyone, Dan here from the Dimer Minecart, and welcome to another Minecraft mod review, where today I'm going to be showcasing the power of the elements mod, which puts the power of each element in the land into the palm of your hands. Regardless of whether this is a good idea or not, there is a lot to get through and some amazing powers to find within. So let's take a look, starting with these amazing array of ores. Look how many there is, like 8 or 9 of these bad boys, and they all are going to produce, well, most of them are going to produce these amazing looking crystals. So we start off with pretty much the basis of the mod, which are these elemental crystals, and we start off with the fire crystal, the ice crystal. We've also got lightning, air, earth, light, and dark as well, all with different rarities, but they're all found in the same way. So the first ones, the fire, ice, lightning, air, and earth crystals, are all found in as common as iron. So as common as your normal iron ore from Minecraft, so not too bad to pick up, but definitely collect as many of these as you can, because they're the basis of the recipes we'll get to later in the mod. And then we move on to the light crystals and the dark crystals, which are both very, very powerful, which warrants them to be as common as diamond, or as rare as diamond, whatever you want to say. They're really rare, but definitely get your hands on them if you do find them. And then we have 3 kind of normal ores. We've got copper and tin, which are both as common as iron, and then we have silver ore as well, which are as common as gold, and these will be used for some of the future recipes for some weapons, which we'll get to in a bit. So all of these ores, when mined, or these crystal ores, when mined, will give you the crystals as normal. So let's take a look at these 2 other awesome blocks, which are the firestone and the electric block. Now these are very interesting, but currently don't have a crafting recipe, but this is what they do. So it kind of works like a trap. So when you walk over this as a player, you will drop into it and be set on fire, which is not pleasant to say the least. And then when you walk on this one is even less pleasant. Check this out. I'll just walk on here and be zapped by lightning and have a 3x3 grid of fire placed around me. How insane is that? That's absolutely... Please stop. Please stop. That's enough. Thank you. Oh my god, that is incredible. Anyway, those are the 2 blocks, the electric block and the firestone. And now we're going to move on to 2 new workbenches, which are the element crafting table and the light and dark enchanting table. Now, to craft the element crafting table, you are going to need one of these, which is called an element core. And for that, you're going to need 4 tin ingots, which we talked about just a minute ago. And then you're also going to need one of each of a fire crystal, earth crystal, lightning crystal, air, and ice as well. So you're going to need loads of those, and then you need to put that and surrounded by iron in a crafting table to get your element crafting table. Now, if we right click on this, we will get a really sparkly brand new crafting kind of grid, and this is the GUI that you use and the item that you use to craft your elemental powers. So if I show you any recipes for the elements in a second, then just bear in mind that you need to use the element crafting table rather than the normal one, so make sure you have one of those. It's fairly expensive, but it's going to be so worth it. And then we have the light and dark enchanting table, which I'll get to near the end of the review. But to craft it, you're also going to need another element core, as well as 1 light crystal, 1 dark crystal, and 6 steel ingots, which are all covered from the ores before, which are really cool. So now we're going to take a look at those elemental powers. So we're going to look at all of the elemental powers for now, but I'm not going to go over all the recipes because I just don't have the time. There are loads, and there's a very, very extensive crafting guide on the mod forum post. So these are all of your magical elemental powers, and we start off with the fire ones, move on to the ice and water-based ones, and then move on to air and earth, which are really, really cool. So just give you a taste of the recipes, and remember, they must be crafted in this element crafting table rather than the normal one. This is a recipe for the fire blast. You are going to need 5 fire crystals, simple, and then you're going to need to craft the fire bomb, an extra piece of gunpowder, and replace the middle square with that, and then you've got 4 fire crystals around the edge. And for example, the fire rocket will need 2 gunpowder and then 5 fire crystals in this pattern, just like this. And the same with stuff like the ice wall, the water ball, and all that stuff. Again, all of the crafting recipes are in the description below, or in the link in the description below. So I'm going to show you all of these bad boys. So let's do this. Let's show you all of these. They're all really, really cool and magical powers. So the first one I'm going to show you is the fire blast, which is simple. You right click, fire out a ball, and wherever it hits will set on fire. So this poor piggy is going to almost die, but we're going to have to finish him off with this, which is the fire bomb. Now this one's a bit more destructive. You right click, and then you will get like a small cross. It kind of like the crafting recipe for the fire blast of fire. And then you can even go one stage further and go with the fire spread. Look at, oh my god, he missed. How did I miss that? There we go, the fire spread, which makes a little bit of a bigger fire spread than the fire bomb, which is really, really cool. Did you survive, Piggy? Are you going to... Yes, he's going to survive. That is very, very cool. So the next one is the fire rocket, and this is a more long-range weapon, which is really, really cool. So let's take this, right-click as you would with a bow and arrow, release, and he's on fire and dead, and we've got bacon. What more beautiful thing could there be? So you do need to be careful where you're firing this thing, because there's going to be fire absolutely everywhere, but some very cool weapons. Why was there lightning? So the next one we're going to go over is the smoke spread. Now, if you just fire this just like the fire blast and fire it at a mob, when it hits, it will give them poison, it will give them slowness, it will also give them blindness and nausea. So this is a very sick Piggy right now. And then you can go one stage further and use the smoke bomb, which will allow you to affect multiple entities at the same time. So here we go. We've just infected 2 Piggies. They're very ill. And what is this guy doing? I need to get to you later, but damn, will you slow down? There you go. Definitely needed that. Fire Titan, what is wrong with you? And the next one is the fire wall, which is to do with these fire stones over here. It's a very quick way to get fire stones into your world, and it's the only way, apart from gathering them in creative mode, that you can summon these in. And they work like this. Look at that. You right click with this item and you'll get a 3x3 little square and a wall of fire stones. You can set fire to all of your enemies that try to get into your house, which is really, really cool. And then we've got the final one, which is called fire resistance. Very simple. Hold it in your hand and you will get fire resistance for as long as you're holding it. And then when you let go of it, you'll get it for 5 seconds and then it will run out. So this is going to be very, very useful in the nether. Moving on to the next ones, and now we start with the water-based ones. This one is the Ice Shard. This will probably kill... Yep, it killed the pig. This will actually inflict the mob that you hit with it with slowness, so it's just another right-click kind of bullet-style weapon. Then you've got the Ice Bomb, which works in the same way, but it is a lot more powerful when it hits and can affect more than one entity at the same time. And then we have the Water Ball, which will also... I believe that will also slow down entities, but I'm not sure. There we go. It will also slow them down and do a little bit more damage than the Ice Shard, so that is the Water Ball. And then we have the Water Tether, which doesn't actually affect other mobs, it affects you, and you can teleport with it. It's a little bit random, but you can right click, throw it out just like an Ender Pearl, and teleport wherever you like for free. You don't get damaged with this one, which is really cool. And I believe it goes pretty damn far. Look at that. We can go really, really far with this. Wherever it lands, you will teleport to, which is really cool. Get me back over there, Water Tether. I need to show some more. So what we've got next is the Ice Wall, which works exactly the same as the Fire Wall, but it will spawn in ice, which is, I guess, really cool for a quick kind of defensive maneuver. If you're getting chased by zombies, you can put this up and slow them down for a second. Then we have the Water Breathing one, which is similar to the Fire Resistance one, and will give you Water Breathing too while you're holding it. So you can stay underwater for as long as you like while you're holding this item. And then we're moving on to the Lightning ones now. So this is a Lightning Pulse, and you can guess what is going to happen right now. We'll fire it, Lightning Pulse, and in comes the Pigman. How you doing, buddy? You don't seem to have a sword there, but that is fine by me. And then we have the Lightning Sphere, which works in exactly the same way, but is another long-range one. Oh my god, look at that. It's a bit more powerful, actually. This one you actually have to charge up. I didn't think you needed to, but we'll right-click, let go, and when it lands, it will just destroy the land below it and also zap with lightning. So be very careful around pigs. But mind you, this guy looks pretty cuddly. He's just looking for a hug. Am I right, buddy? So moving swiftly on, we now have the electric field, which is also to do with these blocks. This is the only way to spawn in these blocks. Right click and it will give you a nice electrical wall, which is very, very shiny. Why? Why all the lightning? Look at that. That is insane. So if you want to create amazing light shows, or you just want to defend your base, then the electric field is for you. We now have the air disc. There you go. Take an air disc to the face. This is just a simple pellet that will just fire and do about 5 or 6 damage. Go on, take him down. There we go. And then we have the air bomb, which will actually fire. I think it fires people away. Let's try it a second. Oh no, it just explodes on impact. Wow. Wow, that is pretty damn powerful. So it's kind of like a throwable TNT grenade. This was the one that is throwing people back. So this one will do damage, but also deals like some kind of knockback. Check this out. There we go. It kind of knocks him back, kind of like the same as a knockback one sword would. So yeah, very powerful and definitely worth it if you want to get people out of the way, or you just want to bully pigs. Either or, they're all very cool. So the next two are just held items. The first one is air dash, which will give you speed 2 while you're holding it, which is going to be very useful to getting around your world very quickly and making long jumps. And then speaking about jumps, we have the air jump as well. So combine these two and you have a jump boost and speed 2 for as long as you're holding it. You can jump up a lot higher, which is really cool. So the next one is the earth rock, which is a simple rock which you can just throw at whatever you like. and the Earth Spike, which is a much more faster and more automatic weapon. Let's check this out. You can kind of hold it down and will just fire out these amazing spikes, which actually do quite a bit of damage. So these are definitely worth it. And the last one is another wall, which is the Earth Wall, and it will create these earth blocks and make a very, very sturdy wall. So those are all of your elements so far. So let's move on to some cool weapons. So in this chest are some very cool weapons, and there's a lot of them. I'm not going to show you the crafting recipes for them because, again, there is an extensive guide in the description below, or if you follow that link. So we'll start off with all of these, so let's just quickly grab these. I'm not going to go over these swords because they're fairly self-explanatory. The bronze sword does 5 damage, the steel one does 6, and the silver sword does 4, and is very, very weak, and is a bit similar to the gold sword in the way that it's kind of the same rarity and has the same kind of power and durability. And then we move on to the dagger, which is a small little weapon and does 4 damage, which is very cool for the materials that it takes up. And then we'll move on to the other ones, which are the cane, the fire cane, and all of this amazing stuff. So let's take another pig and see what we can do with this guy. So what we're going to do is use this first, which is the fire bow. So let's put this piggy down and then fire at him with the fire bow. And as you can imagine, it sets your mobs or your targets on fire. We then have the longbow, which can seriously pack a punch. Look at this. We can get that cactus all the way over there. I don't even know where that arrow went. It goes so far. So definitely worth it if you're trying to get some really long range sniping going on. And it's a very, very straight arc as well. That is probably straight in that cactus right now. And then we have the iron bow, which just deals a lot more damage and has a little bit more range than the normal wooden bows. So a little bit more variety in your bows and very powerful as well. Look at that. A one shot on a pig. Very, very nice. So now we have the cane sets. Now I'm not going to show you the normal ones because they're just like normal attack powers. But the fire ones of both the cane and the scimitar will set your opponents on fire, which is really cool. It's a 2-shot anyway, which is really awesome. We've also got a really cool katana here as well. So let's shove all of these ones back and have a look at the other ones. We've actually got this ice katana as well, which will freeze your opponent, and I guess I don't really need to go through the rest apart from the spear and the tomahawk like this. So we've got some lightning ones as well, and the recipes for those will be in your alternate elemental crafting bench, where you take lots of lightning crystals and surround a tomahawk, and you'll be able to do some more special damage. So the spear is like a really cool throwing weapon. Let's just put this bad boy in here, and apparently you get a buff with it as well. Fire resistance. A bit random. I don't know why that is, but take this. You pick. Oh my god, where did that even go? Is this like a really straight? Yeah, it's got a really, really straight arc on it, so you don't need to arc the shot at all. So that is the spear, and then we've got the lightning tomahawk, which you can, when you're holding it, apparently gives you fire resistance. You can either hit with it or you can throw it. So let's throw it at this pig, and this one particularly will have a lightning after effect as well. So let's release like this, just like a bow and arrow, and bam, straight in there, and it killed it before the lightning could strike. But anyway, it will normally have a nice lightning effect. So those, I think, are pretty much the weapons. And now all I've got to go over are the armors and a couple of mobs. So the armors start off with the traditional sets. We've got a bronze set, we've got a steel set, and we've also got a silver set. But we've also got some special Titan ones, which we'll get to in a second for the Titans anyway. But let's have a look at what these buffs will give you. When you wear a full set of these armors, you'll get particular buffs. This one is fire resistance 2, which is very, very cool. Let's just take those off and put the new one on. This one actually gives you regeneration and water breathing, so that is the Ice Titan. Very, very cool. And these are all crafted like this. You just need wool and then you need crystals on top of it, depending on what kind of elemental Titan they are. So let's just put these back and we'll have a look at the lightning one. Let's see what buffs we get from him. We actually get speed 2 and fire resistance 2. Very, very nice. And now we've got the earth one as well, which will give us strength and resistance. So he's a tough rock. So that is awesome. And I think there are 2 more, which will actually, there's only 1 more, so I'll just grab that quickly, which is the air titan, and this will give you a very nice speed 2 boost, a jump boost 2, and a water breathing. So this is very cool for fast moving and a lot of underwater work as well. So I'm going to change the time to day and then look finally at some mobs and stuff. Right then, so the mobs in this mod all spawn randomly. For first up, we've got a soldier, which is just a random hostile mob, which will attack you when it sees you. But we've also got some tameable mobs, which are the titans of each crystal. So let's just take a quick look at these. Let's take a couple of these as well. So the first one we're going to go over is the soldier. Now, this is the soldier. He will go after whoever he wants. He'll go over the titans that you will employ, and he will also go after you as well. So let's take this guy out. He only has 20 health, but he does have that iron sword sitting there ready to deal some pain. So the next ones are the titans. So this is the fire titan. He looks very normal right now, but if you give him a couple of fire crystals, he will turn into this amazing looking mage with a scimitar and absolutely everything, and he will protect you and fight with you, which is very, very cool. But for now, you're gonna have to go, buddy. So let's have a look at the other ones. This one is the ice titan, and if you give him an ice crystal, he will also... Oh my god, why are you so fast? Sir, come back. I need to give you some ice crystals. There we go. He gets his really cool blue gear, and he's got a nice katana on him as well. Let's take him out and move on to the air titan, and you'll have to give him air crystals, which are these bad boys. You're very fast as well, and you've got a very, very strange set of eyebrows and hair there. I'm not sure what's going on here, but let's just tame him, and there we go. He gets his nice armor, and he's also got a stone sword by the looks of it. And then we have these guys, which are the Earth and the Lightning Titans. So there's the Earth one, and there is the Lightning one. Both ready for action. And this one's got a battle axe on him. He's going to be a beast. They're very quick and will defend you at all costs. So let's take this guy down. He's not much of an attacker with a wooden sword, but he is a little bit better at taking hits. So let's take these guys down and have a look at what else we've got. I think that might be it, actually. Let's just take a quick look. Actually, there is just one more thing to go over, which are these, the light and dark crystals. Now, when you find these, if you right-click with them, they will give you special buffs. So the first one is the light crystal. Right-click it, and it'll give you 5 minutes of speed 2, instant health 2, jump boost 2, and resistance 2, which is so damn powerful. Where is all this lightning coming from? Anyway, we're almost at the end. It's fine. So it's really, really powerful. You can use these for crafting recipes, but I also suggest keeping them in your hotbar and inventory for the desperate times we need to get away and gain some health as well. So that is the light crystal. And now if I try the dark crystal and right click, I will get night vision, speed 2, and strength 2 as well. So these are very powerful, and those last for 6 minutes. Very, very cool and very powerful as well. But you can also use them for enchantments, which aren't fully explained just yet, but will be used in future updates of the mod. So you need to go over to your light and dark enchanting table, which we talked about at the beginning of the review, and you just need to take either a light crystal or a dark crystal and put them with a weapon to enchant them with it. So let's just put the dark crystal in, for example. And as you can see, you'll get Dark V. Now, currently, I don't think these do much, to be honest. When I right-click with them, they don't seem to do anything. Not that guy, the sword. I messed up a little bit there, but right-click, it doesn't seem to do anything. It doesn't give you the power of the crystal, and it doesn't seem to do anything to mobs either, so maybe that's just a future implementation. But anyway, this mod is absolutely awesome. It's very detailed. There's also extra foods and stuff, which I didn't really want to waste your time with, but you can go and check those out. So yeah, that is pretty much what this mod has to offer, and if you like what you see and do want to play it for yourself, then please do head to the description below, where you will find a link to download this mod. Also, if you happen to be new to the channel, then please do subscribe and become a part of Team TDM today for daily Minecraft videos. And if you did enjoy the video, a like would also be greatly appreciated too. You can now also catch me on my Twitter and Facebook accounts, which will be appearing in the description below too, which would be awesome. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.